All right, so we're at T Rose. Right there's Reflections Boulevard. So you have a little bit of traffic there. However, you're right on the corner there, and notice you have a lot of space between the house and the road, which obviously offers you a nice sized yard too, which is a bonus. 3-car garage here. You're just over 2,700 square feet. It's kind of cool because there's, in the neighborhood, there's that, it's kind of a roundabout right there. So it kind of divides traffic, spreads homes out a little bit, which is just kind of a nice feeling in the neighborhood. This house has been on the market a long time, 180 days, and it has come down in price 25 grand over that entire time. So nice lead glass doors, 8-footers as you come in the house. And then you're greeted into the living room. So the couch and table and all that stuff that nobody's ever allowed to use, or it'd be great for a pool table. That's what should go there, ping pong table, something like that. And then in here you have office space. So this office space is about 13 crossways, and it's about, I don't know, there's a little corner angled wall right there behind the door, so it shortens it just a hair, but not much on that corner. So this is probably 10. So you got a good space. Looks like he probably had that bureau or the dresser right here, because he's got the plugs outlet, and then probably had the desk in this space here. So again, 8-foot doors, nice and tall, just, really enhance the kind of environment. These ceilings are probably 9 feet right through here in the foyer area. And then this family room probably spans 14 that way. And from the edge of the staircase to the corners, probably 11 or 12, somewhere like that. So, all right, so it's a good sized space. You got a nice big 6-foot window there. And then all this opens. That's the beauty, from the front door all the way through this main space. It's wide open. So the kitchen has been redone. They've got shaker style cabinets, 42-inch uppers, gas, stainless appliances. This top is really pretty. It's hard to see just with the light shining, but it's like a leather faced, it's called. So it's got a little ridges and bumps. So it's not super smooth like typical granite, but it is still a granite. And it's just got greens and blues and grays and slight browns and taupes and things like that. It's really lovely. Again, stainless appliances. That's a Samsung. That's a Samsung. That's a Samsung. So everything's a Samsung. Everybody gets a Samsung. And then you got a pantry here. All right. And then this is where the table was. So chandelier, they built in a buffet here for extra storage. And then they had a kind of kitchen eat-in table in this space. Okay. And then this was the family room. So actually from the edge of this countertop across to the sliders, probably 12 feet. Yep, I'd say 12 feet. And then that's a 6-foot slider, just for, the width and perspective. So a good rectangle table would fit in there, and still give you all of this room for coffee maker and charging cell phones and things like that. And then this space, so you've got some cabinet storage underneath there, and then that space underneath, so you could put 4 bar stools there, or a homework station or what have you. And then from the edge of this across to the window, I'm going to call it 16 feet, give or take. And then that's probably a 13-foot run across that back wall. Okay, so they've got a marble look tile here, and they have it on a subway pattern, and it's nice looking. The house has been used, I'm not going to lie. It's probably had a big family, which makes sense. So a good hearty cleaning would be welcomed, I would say. So from perspective across the room, there's where the kitchen table would go. The buffet there's really nice. And then into the kitchen, lots of extra storage, all that good stuff. It's a nice big open concept, and like I said, you can see all the way from the front door all the way into this party room, if you will. While we're here, we're going to go ahead and enjoy the outdoors while there's still a little bit of daylight left. Forgive me for it's dark, but it's still a little light out here for us to take advantage of. So you've got this outdoor space. You've got tons of room to kick the ball. I mean, it's a nice big lot. And then behind those hedges back there, that's where Reflections Boulevard is. So, oops, sorry. But so you've got a ton of room back here. My soccer goals or whatever, kids throwing the football, all that jazz. A playground set, any of that. There's plenty of room. The HOA on the playground set, I'm not sure about actually, but then into the pool area, it's a nice big pool area. So they added, it looks like, the additional section of the cage. So they added like a 9-foot run. That's what this space is between that post and across. So this is great for seating area or putting a deck box or things like that. And this is nice and sunny. And then that cage goes all the way up to the top of the second story and the balcony off the master, which is also pretty darn cool. So you've got lots of room to hang out around the pool. You've got plenty of shaded section here underneath, just inside, that runs all the way down, and it drains well. You can see there's a slope from here to that door, which is great. Any rainwater runoff. But it's probably 8 feet from the edge of the house to that post. So all that is shade, and that runs, 18 feet maybe. So again, ton of shade, plenty of seating, plenty of outdoor warm seating. It's a good sized pool. From what I can see, the pool is in reasonable shape. Yep, I couldn't see those. Those are actually tiles in there, but I would need a really better look at it during the daytime. So Alan, I know you're the pool guy, and I'm sorry I don't know, but I mean, I don't see pitting that I often see right off the top of my head. So you got some time, I think, in this finish. All right, so we're gonna go back inside, and inside downstairs. So we have bedroom, no lights in here, sorry. I hope you can see bedroom with a closet, kind of a recipe, kind of homework station desk. So from the edge of that window, more than the corner, across the floor, this is a long rectangular room. So that's probably 16 or so feet. And then it's 10 feet across here. So, plenty of room for bunk beds, or, again, if the boys were gonna share a room, this would be a good one, potentially. And, actually like a high-low bunk bed leaning against that wall would be great. And then you've got room for dressers and stuff like that over here. And then you got a, standard closet, reach-in closet. Okay. And then here's the guest bathroom, pool bath for downstairs, right? You got a walk-in shower, and all this tile showers and all the bathrooms are original. All the vanities in all these bathrooms are all original. The kitchen is the real updating that's been done, and the flooring down here. That is the difference. This is the flooring in the bathroom, which again is original to the house. And then you have laundry downstairs, with the other bedrooms being upstairs. All right. And then you have 3-car garage. The garage is tiled, which is unique, but it seems to work. I don't see like broken tiles from it being run over and beat up by heavy cars or trucks or whatever, which I'm surprised by. I'm not gonna lie. That means they laid it like damn near perfect. But in that it's not broken or cracked or chipped, that's a good thing. That is a good thing. So, but nice, big, plenty of space, lots of room. It's pretty clean out here. It's almost like they painted it recently. Kind of smells like fresh paint. Then washer, dryer, laundry room. You've got a couple of wire shelves to store stuff. This was definitely painted in here. In this room, I can see where they painted right at the edge of the shelves kind of thing. But, you know, nothing major. Huh? Looks good. All right, so now back through. You've got some under the stairs storage. So, which is nice. Harry Potter's room. And then that even bends around a little bit. So, I've seen dog kennels cutouts from the other side. That's a kind of cool way to use that space. And then you can still have, you know, stuff from Sam's and Overload and lots of stuff under there, which is nice. So here's where things get a little bit unique, right? We have this flooring, right? We go to this color going up the stairs, which looks nice, right? Blends, the railings match to this, match the treads. Then we get up the stairs and then we've got a little more of an oaky color. You can see the disparity in the color. Not a huge deal, but you get up and then you come back to this oakiness. So it kind of transitions a couple of times there. And then you go into the bedrooms, this being the master, and then you have this laminate. And the laminate's pretty and it's in good shape in all the bedrooms, but you have this laminate in 3 bedrooms. So, and then from this perspective, then you have the tile that's the same tile that was down in the downstairs bathroom. You have that there. So you got a couple different kinds of flooring. Again, not the end of the world, but for some people, flooring is a thing. So I figured I'd let you know. All right. So as we enter the master, you've got a double door, and this is a nice space. That wall from the closet across to that bump out with the pillar is, I'd say 16. So the bed would obviously go on that wall in the back. Then you have a little bit of a sitting area over there. You could put a big piece of furniture, a dresser or something there, but it'd be a good place for a chair, a cup of coffee, so on and so forth. Then there's where the TV would go, a dresser, what have you. And then that's the perspective from here. Okay, right into the bedroom. Or excuse me, the bathroom. And again, this is a little bit different flooring. It's kind of pinky, cloudy looking, kind of finish. I don't know if that bandage is any better. And then those 4x4 tiles on the backsplash there are the same tile, just smaller. And then you have Formica top on the vanity, on the hers vanity. The his vanity is a little bit taller, which is kind of nice. I'm sure you could refinish those cabinets if you wanted and put a different top on there if that's a project that, you know, you guys were led to. It's easily done. Then you have a potty room, water closet, wallpaper. I had that trim like 25 years ago. Sure did. You've got stained glass windows with storks or spoonbills or something like that. And then a walk-in shower. A walk-in shower is probably 3 wide by about 5 deep, if that makes sense. And then that flooring from the bedroom ties right back in the closet, which is great. And again, this is all freshly painted and looking good. You got wire racks. You could probably optimize this a little bit differently with a higher rack and a lower rack to have, you know, pants and shirts and what have you. And then on the opposite corner of the bedroom is another closet. And this closet is about 5 feet across. And that wire rack from that corner to there is probably 8 feet to the corner, give or take, 7 or 8. So, so you've got good closet space in here, which is nice. Again, here's the master from this corner perspective. I love the little seating area. I always think that's really cool in a master bedroom. And then you have the balcony that overlooks the pool. So the balcony is about 8 feet deep by about 10 feet this way. Okay, and so it is screened to this outside edge. Oh, there's your spoonbill, or your stork. and then it overlooks the pool, so you can yell down at the kids, "I hope they don't jump off of here." But that's what you got, and it's cool looking. It's really nice, and having that sloped screen just makes this open and just, I don't know, welcoming, like happy to have it kind of thing. So all the windows and doors are original except for the front door. That has definitely been updated. You've got ceiling fan in here. You've got a angled tray ceiling, which is always a nice cool touch. And so the ceiling in the tray is up to 9 probably, and then otherwise you're at 8 through here. And so we'll go out here, and then you have a linen closet or storage closet up here. And then you have the shared bathroom for these couple of rooms. Forgive me, there's no lights in these rooms. This fan doesn't have a light kit, but this is about a 12 by 12. Pretty standard, pretty typical room. And then you got a standard reach-in, 2-door closet, accordion door closet. And then directly across, you have really the same thing. This one has a light kit though. Thank you, light kit. And again, the flooring's been done. It's nice, looks good. Paint's been done. It's nice, it's good. Reach-in closet. That is an access for the bathtub that's on the other side. And the bathroom, again, is original. So it's got original tile that's been in there for some time. But the vanity, with a sanding and a paint job could be reused totally. And then you could, just change the top out if that's important. And you could even add a second sink if you wanted to. There's your shower. It's a standard tub shower. It is tiled all the way to the ceiling, which is nice. And then none of this is in bad shape. It's just dated. That didn't like bang it up, chip it up, crack it up. None of that. So totally reasonably maintained, if that makes sense. That's what I got. So hopefully this is helpful. I will download this and get this to you as fast as I can. I am headed home now, and we'll try to download it in my travels. Talk to you soon.